Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris, and in today's video, I'm going to see what I can turn into a pumpkin. So let's begin. I've got these Jello molds, and I just got them from a local auction, and I am going to take some Starbond medium, I don't even know what the medium, I think it's consistency, if I'm not mistaken. So it's medium consistency glue. It works just like super glue, but in my opinion, it works better. But that's my opinion. You do you. And I am going to take two of the Jello molds that are identical and just glue them together. And you kind of want to work a little fast because your glue is going to want to kind of drip down. So you definitely want to use something that's got a little bit of a thick consistency, like maybe super glue gel might be a good option, but it's not going to take much on these tins. And you can see here, they're all stuck together. I'm going to take some alcohol and I'm going to wipe them down as much of my fingerprints as possible. Next, I am going to grab some Mod Podge and I am going to go ahead and just use a little sponge dauber, and I'm just going to sponge some Mod Podge all over the tin in hopes that my paint will adhere better. You can definitely use a primer, which I could have done, I guess. I was just thinking at this point in time that I might want that tin to be able to be seen, and I guess I changed my mind because I didn't do anything with it. But anywho, let's take some Summer Crush from DIY Paint and paint one of these in that color. The other one, never mind. I had a project in mind. It was a fail, so it did not make it into this video. But then next, I'm going to take some Big Top, and that's what I'm going to seal my Summer Crush with. Once that is dry, let's grab some layered chocolate and a little, I believe these are called finial caps or acorn cups or something like that, but you can pick them up in the wood section at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use that as my peduncle and give it a good coat of the layered chocolate. I just use my Starbond medium glue and adhere that down. Next, after that is dried, I am going to take the Best Dang Wax by Dixie Belle in the brown color, and I am going to give this an antiquing look, and I love the way this brown goes on that Summer Crush. It looks so pretty. Next, once our wax is dried, let's go ahead and grab some Spanish moss. Put some Spanish moss around the peduncle, trim up what we don't want hanging off. Next, I'm going to grab this little pick that I just snipped off of a piece of floral that I got from Hobby Lobby, and we're just going to glue that in spot. I'm also going to grab one of my little paper sunflowers that I still have quite a bit of. I'm going to end up putting that in there as well. But you see how that long piece of wire is hanging up? Well, I'm not digging that at all. That is driving me absolutely bonkers. So after I get that sunflower on, trim up a little bit more moss, I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and then I'm going to just wrap that real long piece of wire around my paintbrush, right there in between kind of where the berries are, and just twist it around. Pull that paintbrush out, kind of fix it up just a little bit here and there, and it looks a lot better. Now let's move on to DIY number 2. I have one of these gift boxes from the Dollar Tree. Now I am trying to clear out some of my stash here. I don't do a whole lot of Dollar Tree projects any longer, but I will use what I have. So I'm going to start by taking the lid off, grabbing some Titebond Quick and Thick, and I'm going to glue the lid upside down onto the bottom of the box, just like so. And I'll put some weight on top of it while it's drying. Now I'm going to grab some Summer Crush, and I'm going to paint along the whole bottom part of our box. And I end up doing, I want to say about 2 coats of Summer Crush. Then I'm going to grab layered chocolate, and I am going to paint the top part of our box, including the top inside. And I honestly wish I would have had like a wooden type of container for this. In my opinion, it just would have been higher quality, of course. But this was what I had. So, like I said, I'm just trying to get rid of some of this stuff, use it up. Now, after that paint's dried, I'm going to grab some brown wax, and this is the Best Dang Wax by Dixie Belle, and I'm going to just, in areas along the orange color, just kind of buff a little bit of that brown in. And then once I get that on, I'm going to grab some clear wax, and I'm just going to go completely over it. And it just gives it a, I don't know, pumpkins aren't all one color, so, it just gives it more of a realistic look. And then I am going to go over the brown with that clear wax as well. All right, next I have got this fabric. Always check the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. I got this big thing of fabric for like $4.50, but it's a duck cloth or a canvas cloth type material, and I am going to want to make a sign out of it. Now, I did not measure anything. This is how I measured, okay? Watch this. I put the end, and then I just clipped where I am going to be cutting. I figured out how tall I wanted it, trim that down, and then I'm just going to cut it across. That's how I measured. Who else measures like this? It's got to be more than just me, right? All right, so once I get that cut out, I am planning on making a little label. It's going to sit just like this. But I'm going to go ahead and grab this little picker tool, and I'm just going to kind of start removing some of the threads off the edge so we can get a little bit of a raveled appearance around the edges. And it's just easy to do. You can see what I'm doing here. I don't think there's really any explanation needed. You just start pulling out the threads and tear them off. All right, and then I'm going to grab some of my light brown sugar glaze from Paint Couture. I think you can probably grab anything that's brown, and you can even soak this in some tea water, coffee water, but I didn't want to go downstairs and do all that. So I'm just going to kind of mix me up a concoction of this brown sugar glaze and some water. At first I used a little too much water, so I had to kind of dim it down a little bit. And once I got the right consistency, I'm just going to take a little dauber and I'm just going to start sponging that all over my canvas piece here. And, just want it to look a little bit more dingy. And then I'm just going to use my heat gun to dry it completely down. Next, I'm going to grab my apothecary stamps from IOD and I'm going to spell out Pumpkin Harvest. And these stamps are amazing. They fit so many things because they're smaller. And if you don't have one, this is the best investment I think you can get from IOD. Even though I love most everything else they have to offer, but this is truly a must-have in my opinion. And once I get my letters just how I'm going to like them, I'm just going to grab this piece here. I can't think of the name of that either. But anyway, my letters are going to stick to that. It's going to allow me to pick it up and be able to stamp it. I'm just going to use some black ink and line it up and press it in. And you're going to want to press pretty well because we're pressing onto a fabric type material. And look how good that looks. Oh, I love it. And then because there's only one letter of each, I will take that P and re-stamp it up and place it down. Now you always want to make sure you use like a baby wipe or a wet cloth and clean your stamps up every time you use them just to keep them lasting longer. Next, I have fabric Mod Podge. This is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to spread that all over the back of my canvas piece, coating it up nice and well. If you use a regular consistency Mod Podge, make sure you put it on thicker than normal. And then I'm just going to lay that down. Make sure it's all smooth and allow it to dry. And since this IOD ink is waterproof, I'm not even going to worry about sealing it. Next, I am going to grab one of these little wood logs that I've got a stash of, and I'm just going to grab the tallest thing I can find in there, and I'm going to use that as the peduncle. Next, I am just going to arrange me some Spanish moss around the top, just kind of forming it how I want, and then I'm going to pick it back up, squirt me some hot glue in there, and then place that moss right back on there. Next, I have got some of these little leather clip-on pumpkins. Oh my gosh, what was that, like 3, 4 years ago when the Dollar Tree released these? Yeah, I still have them. Had no idea what to do with them. And I thought they would look very pretty sitting on the top of this little pumpkin that we just created, and with those orange and that neutral tan color. I think it's pretty. And then I'm going to grab one of my paper sunflowers and I'm going to add that to my little label, just using some hot glue. And then we're going to move on to DIY number 3. Two different size oil cans here, and I had to clean these up very well. They were covered in oil, so I just used some Dawn dish soap and cleaned them up very well, let them dry. Now I'm going to take the color Summer Crush to one of them, and I am going to go all along the bottom. Now I don't do the very bottom, and at first I wasn't going to do the little screw-on piece here at the very top, but after I put on a coat or two, I changed my mind. So on the next one, I'm going to use the color Basil, and this is from Paint Couture. Beautiful green color. I used it in my last video, and I'm loving this color for sure. And I do end up putting 2 coats of each color on each can. And after the one that we did orange has dried down, I'm just going to take a baby wipe and I am going to wet distress it. I definitely want some of that brown color underneath to come through. You know, it's an oil can and it's an old one, so I definitely want it to come through. Then I'm going to take clear wax and I'm going to go over both of them with the clear wax. Next, I have cut me up just a bunch of different pieces of fabric and ribbon, and I'm just going to make me a little messy bow. And you know, I am not the best bow maker, but I do like to do a good messy bow, and I'm not going to spend way too much time on this because I'm sure you can learn how to make a messy bow a lot better from somebody else. But this is the way I do it, just easy peasy. You know, tie them all together with that jute string, trim up the tails to about how short as I want it. And when I trim them, I kind of go at an angle just so they look a little bit prettier. I don't know. You do you, though. And with that excess string that we tied all that ribbon together with, I'm just going to tie it on to the little neck of this can, trim it off, and voila, she's done. Next, I'm going to grab just a button. I've got one of these little metal buttons. I pick up all my crafting buttons from Hobby Lobby. And I've got this little metal one, and I'm just going to take some of my jute string, and I'm just going to put that through the little holes just to make it look like a finished button. I just think that looks so much better. I do just tie it in one little knot. Don't do what I do. Trim it before you glue it. I don't know why I did it this way, but you know, sometimes I just don't think. But just trim those, just trim the excess string off. Take you some hot glue, glue it on. With that hot glue, you're not going to have to worry about it coming out or anything. And then I just made another one for the smaller one. I trimmed this one up just a little bit shorter because this can is smaller. And did the same thing with the little button, added the button to the center, and we'll move on to DIY number 4. Okay, so I've got one of these little tobacco baskets, I believe is what they're called. I got it off of Whatnot from Sarah's Vintage Vault, and I'm just going to take some of my Summer Crush and a little chippy brush, and I am just going to paint over that, not trying to be perfect whatsoever because I definitely want some of that wood showing through. I'm going to go all over the bottom side of this basket, and don't forget to do the edges. And once that's dried, we'll take some clear wax and seal in that paint. And next, I'm just going to grab another one of these little mini logs that I've got, and I am just going to use some Titebond Quick and Thick and some hot glue, and just put that right in the top center, and that will serve as our peduncle. Now it's time to accessorize. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They're so pretty. They're in their little pick section with the holiday, with the fall decor. and I want to say they were like $3.99, and then you get 40% off. So very, very good price. But I'm just going to take 2 of the branches off of here. I'm just going to kind of shape them. I wanted them just to kind of hang down a little bit, and then I'll just take some jute string and I will connect those 2 pieces together into a swag. And once I get it all tied off, just use some hot glue, put it right below our stem, and then grab some Spanish moss and put that around the top. That'll help kind of cover up that hot glue that we just put down. Well, not really the hot glue, kind of it'll just look better, okay? And I just work that Spanish moss in areas that I think it needs to go, and this one will be finished, and it's time for DIY number 5. And in this 5th and final project, I have got some of these little wooden dice that you can get from the Dollar Tree, or at least you could get. I don't know what you can get there anymore. I just happen to have these on hand. I'm going to go ahead and use all 3 of them, and we're also going to need 3 nails. I'm going to start by taking some of my Mod Podge, just put a little bit in a bowl, and have my ground cinnamon on hand and handy. I'm going to go ahead and brush on some Mod Podge, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the cinnamon right on top of it, dip that little end into the cinnamon, grab me a piece of foam, stick it in my foam, and let it sit there and dry. We'll do that to all 3. Then grab 3 colors of your choice for fall and paint the dice. And while those are drying and my nails, I'm going to go back over with some Mod Podge, sealing in that cinnamon. I am going to add some clear wax to seal in our paint. And once that is dry, it's just time to hammer them into the top of our wood pieces. And just be careful you don't smash your fingers. And I think these are perfect for the person who loves primitive. And if you want, you can accessorize them any way you wish, but I'm going to leave them as is. I'm probably going to sell all 3 together on Whatnot, and it'll just be my little primitive pieces. But here is everything all put together. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just trying to find different ways that we can make decor pumpkins without breaking the bank. And hopefully you guys have some of this stuff on hand, or you can find it in your local thrift store or on Whatnot. But hey, if you do decide to recreate any of them, I would love to see them. Send me an email. My email is always listed in my description box. And also, don't forget, let me know which of these was your favorite. And have a wonderful week, and hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.